out our little blip that's more than a blip now down there in Texas, east of Abilene along I-20. I got a y'all watch on that for severe. I definitely think it'll become severe warned briefly as it's in that same environment and very much closer to the dry line than some of our other severe warned cells that have been going for a while. They've kind of departed from right where that dry line is, and thus they're well far out in front of it, which may prove to be bad in terms of their ability to produce a tornado. So we could see a little bit of hindrance here from the distance from the dry line. But that one down there in Texas is right on it. So I guess we'll see some pretty explosive growth with that over the short term while we watch our other storms.
Okay, thank you so much, meteorologist Andy Hill, taking us down here west of the DFW Metro, east of Abilene, where we've got a storm forming close to the dry line. What's the dry line? Well, you can literally see it here on radar. You see the line? You got cool, dry air moving into warm, moist air. If that storm right here can, quote unquote, latch on to that dry line, we might see this, explode even more significantly than some of our other storms. As this is a really efficient mechanism that allows for storms to really ingest all of that available, juice at the surface. So we're keeping an eye on this. Y'all watch out in Stevens, Callahan, Palo, Young, and Eastland counties in Texas. Got storms popping up in Texas now. We continue to monitor the storms in Oklahoma, where we have a severe thunderstorm warning for Duncan. 1.5 inch hails working in here. Oh, look at this shot from Corey Gherkin, zooming us right into the top of the cloud here on that storm that's up there in K County. Cool stuff. And then it's been 6 minutes since we checked in on our storm up here in Nebraska. Still a major big storm producing huge hail, maybe golf ball size hail at this point, moving up towards Palmer and Chapman in Hull, Hamilton, Howard, and Merrick counties in Nebraska.
Ryan, Jasper Nightlink sent a $50 super chat. They say, "Hi again, Ryan. All geared up and ready for the Nebraska storms. Stay safe, everyone. Heart." And they add a big thanks to Y'allbot.
Nice. Y'allbot's getting the recognition it deserves. I appreciate that. If you're just now tuning in, we are locked in on some storms here in Oklahoma, Nebraska, and Texas. We are covering an ongoing severe weather threat, which could, produce big tornadoes tonight. We're already seeing some big hail, and we're going back and forth between that and then talking about tomorrow as well. Additionally, I haven't eaten all day, so I'm taking intermittent breaks to eat chicken wings. And that's why Y'allbot's talking so much right now, okay? So everything that you say in chat, Y'allbot's reading, and so just keep that in mind. Yeah, we'll go over the timing for the severe weather event tomorrow again here soon. But first, look at this. I mentioned sending in photos on X, and now we're getting a bunch of them. This is the storm that Andy just pointed out east of Abilene, taken from Abilene, I believe. And look at that. That's a beautiful view there. Thank you so much, D, for the photo here. You can see the storm's just now starting to erupt, and it's very tall. And it's going to continue to get taller as it moves off to the north and east. Thank you for sending that in, seriously.
Ryan, Iris Rodriguez sent in a $20 super chat just to say thank you from Arkansas City, Kansas.
It said it wrong too.
Okay, here's a summary you can read, Ryan. Hey, Ryan, the chat is definitely geeking out over that storm near Grand Island, Nebraska. Lots of armchair meteorologists calling out that hook echo. There's also tons of focus on the Oklahoma City area tonight. And believe it or not, people are already asking about their specific backyards for tomorrow, especially across Ohio, Kentucky, and Missouri.
Let's go check in on the Nebraska storm again, since people are geeking out about it. These are not tornadic in nature right now. Things could change around, but like we're not too concerned about that right now. These are mostly hail producers, damaging wind producers as they go up towards Palmer and Chapman. Okay, Cairo, northwest of Grand Island. Get ready for hail. You already had one round of hail. We had some 1-inch hail reported up here. This next storm that's about to come through is about to do the same thing. So get ready for another round of hail. Larger hail than that, I think, is about to come into the greater Palmer and Chapman areas. But I agree with y'all. Like these storms definitely look the most impressive on radar right now. If you're just talking about the reflectivity values, these are big time, dense thunderstorms out here in Nebraska. And being under them is going to feel pretty intense. And we actually got a severe thunderstorm watch up here in Nebraska. Severe thunderstorm watch, couple tornadoes possible. This is over here towards Omaha and Lincoln, up there in northwest Missouri as well. St. Joseph is included. How about you over there in Manhattan, Kansas, Topeka, Salina? You guys are all under a tornado watch. We're expecting tennis ball size hail, 80-mile-per-hour winds. 2.1 million people are under the gun for severe weather there.
Ryan, Jason Bealey just dropped a $99.99 super chat. Says you got me hungry now.
Sorry. Not sponsored by chicken wings, unfortunately. I'm open to it. Let's check back in on our little storm that could down here in Texas. This is the one that Andy drew us to earlier.
Be quiet.
It looks like it's continuing to erupt. And it's moving kind of slow. So yeah, I'd say this is already producing hail as it goes north and east of Putnam. We got to watch out in Breckenridge, Texas here, as this is going to get strong quite fast. We don't have any warnings right now in Florida. Somebody asked about Florida. We're currently completely locked in on Nebraska, Texas, Oklahoma, in that area.
Ryan Craig Mack sent a $100 super chat. You are a beacon for how people should get warnings for severe weather. You are appreciated by so many people.
You guys are being too nice. Come on now. Obviously, I really do appreciate that. Craig, super huge shout out to Craig and everybody else that's being super supportive in chat tonight. The thing is like we're trying really hard, right? If you think what we're doing here is valuable, if you think it's special, if you think it's cool, it's like just know that we're trying really, really hard to make this very useful and valuable and usable for you and people who are in the path of storms. There's so much data out there. There's so much information. There's so much in the United States, like thanks to the National Weather Service and thanks to all these crazy people that love storm chasing. There's so much we can do that isn't being done. And we're just trying to make everything as accessible and easy to process as possible for you. So we can use that information to potentially, save lives and keep people more informed. So thank you for the support. Latest on that severe thunderstorm coming up into Duncan. Get ready in Duncan in the next 10 minutes. I would say ping pong ball sized hail chunks are going to start falling out of the sky. And we're going to have potentially some 60-mile-per-hour winds coming through here in the greater Duncan area within the next 10 minutes, and it could last for the next 27 minutes. Yeah, that storm in Nebraska is probably producing much larger hail than what is warned for right now, if I had to guess. We've got some storms coming together over here near Omaha too, west of Omaha. So that's the same. That's that same group of storms that we're tracking over here near Grand Island. But yeah, these will slowly get stronger and move east. And Omaha, you guys will be in the line of fire at some point tonight. You're not there yet. Not quite there yet.
Ryan, Jeff Bavis just sent in a $50 super chat saying, "Keep it up, Ryan and team." Ryan Shannon sent a $20 super chat. They said, "Former Frankfort, Kentucky resident would 100% drive 2 days from the West US to help the Y'all Squad." Wow, that's some amazing dedication to the Y'all Squad, Shannon.
That's something that we're working on too. We don't have it set up yet, but one day in the future, we would love to be able to incorporate you volunteers into our Y'all Squad thing that we do. So keep that in the back of your mind too. If that's something that you're interested in, it'll be on a website somewhere at some point, but we spent the last year really growing. We've got warehouses across the country now. We've got these big purple trucks loaded up with supplies ready to go in a moment's notice to, help people that have been hit by severe weather. But what we don't have is an efficient way to, handle volunteers. And that's something that, in the future we will likely tackle. Yeah, these storms in Nebraska are just incredible to look at. It's a shame we don't have a storm chaser out here on this, because I would say that these look incredible in person. Here's a photo from Zach from Dibble, Oklahoma, looking south towards Lindsay, Oklahoma. You can see another one of those robust updrafts there punching up into the sky. These things are growing. They're trying their best. Thank you, Zach, for that.
Ryan, Corey Rayborn sent a very generous $99.99 super chat. They say, "Thanks for everything you do. Started following you after TWC dropped the ball on the Mayfield tornado. I live in Florida, but have family and friends across the country. My mom's side is from Blackberry Creek, just up the road from you. Hashtag Hatfields, not McCoys."
Blackberry Creek. All right. That is literally right up the road from me. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. I'm just not done here, and we'll get into hyper-focus mode.
Ryan, Jason Turner just sent in a generous $100 super chat. Says he just moved to Nebraska and wanted to say thanks for keeping us safe and informed.
Hey, no problem. I think we're gonna be tracking these storms in Nebraska through the night. Once again, mostly as a hail threat. Um, but yeah, these are going to get dangerous pretty quick here if they keep growing. They're already producing large hail. We've got several 1 inch hail reports, and I think we're going to see more than that once this gets into some more populated areas like Palmer.
Hey Ryan, while you're busy multitasking with wings and weather, the chat is mostly asking about current action in Kansas and Oklahoma, especially around KC and Tulsa. There's also lots of concern brewing for Michigan and the St. Louis corridor tomorrow. So maybe finish those wings before that gets going, okay?
Kansas City, nothing's going on in Kansas City right now. You're not even under a watch. Topeka, you're under a severe thunderstorm watch for the next 7 hours. So we'll be keeping an eye on you later. But right now, nothing much going on. Oklahoma City, same for you. There's not a lot going on in Oklahoma City or Tulsa right now, but we're watching those storms to the south. They'll be coming up your way.
We have an update. Update, people. So, due to a contract lapse, the National Weather Service paused the automated language translation services for our products until further notice. This is no April Fool's joke. A few articles from 2023 are circulating. This is new as of 2025. A story from 2023 will not cover this update. So yeah. That's fun.
A 15% hatched risk of significant tornadoes tomorrow. So that's just know that means that we are very concerned about the possibility for tornadoes tomorrow in the red. In the orange, we are also concerned about tornadoes, but we're also concerned about widespread damaging winds and some large hail. That includes southern Michigan, western portions of Ohio, the entire state of Indiana, into central Kentucky, more towards middle Tennessee, back into southwestern Arkansas, north Texas, and the rest of Illinois up there. As far as timing goes, we'll likely start to see storms over here around 3 or 4 p.m. And then they will slowly move outwards from there. We will be live from probably like 3 p.m. to 3 a.m. tomorrow or something like that. And we'll mostly be talking about this region right here between 3 and 7 p.m. And then we'll make it as far east as into, Nashville, maybe around 3 a.m. So they're going to be slow movers. And for that reason, we also have a very elevated flooding risk tomorrow. We have a rare high risk of excessive rainfall tomorrow in Kentucky and Tennessee. A moderate risk expands from Arkansas all the way up in southern Indiana and northern Kentucky. And that's going to bring about some life-threatening, widespread flash flooding tomorrow. And we will be covering that as it unfolds. We just got a new severe thunderstorm warning. And that's going to be for Chautauqua and Cowley counties in Kansas. We got that storm that's moving out of Oklahoma now, moving into Kansas, east of Arkansas City, towards Cedarvale. Otto School is in the path. So get ready for 1.25-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds.
Ryan TJ Bullinger sent in a $50.50 super chat. They wanted to remind you to drink water during the stream and said, God bless Jordan is okay. They think the y'all team is grade A++, tells everyone to watch because you all are an amazing team, and added that y'all bot is Ryan 2.0.
Hey, look here, our storm in Nebraska just got upgraded to considerable. We now have a considerable severe thunderstorm warning for Hall, Hamilton, Howard, Merrick, and Nance counties in Nebraska.
Okay. So I would like to address the message from Superintendent Dennis Coe of Dothan City Schools. And if this Dennis is watching this, I hope that you are listening to this well. Because my storm team predicted this storm a few days ahead of time. We already knew it was going to impact Dothan. I'm a psychic, you idiots. So, I'm going to read this and then I'm going to comment on it. If I stop, that means I'm going to comment on something that this Dennis Coe said. Quote, no one could have predicted a storm would cause extensive damage to several of our school campuses Monday afternoon. After an event like this one, an event like the one witnessed Monday afternoon, our community has rallied around our students, families, and staff. In life, sometimes the storms come and try to knock us down, but time and time again, we find in our school community the resilience to move forward. Monday's storm didn't knock us down, it made us stronger. We found reassurance from our friends, classmates, staff, families, neighbors, community partners, and so many more that everyone is going to be all right. I've heard from so many people locally and from across the state willing to show up at DPA and lend their support to our school district. So while we are grateful that injuries were not major and no loss of life occurred, join me in showing the appreciation to all of those who have sent well wishes and offered up support for Dothan City Schools during this time. Without you, Dothan City Schools, or DCS, would not be what it is, a school community full of pride and I'm thankful for those around us who want to succeed every day. We made it through the storm on Monday. We'll make it through life's storms because we have each other. We ask you for your continued patience as we navigate through the next steps for our students. For the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack. Go Wolves. Okay. So, again, if this Dennis is listening, no one could have predicted a storm would cause extensive damage to several of our school campuses Monday afternoon. Are you an idiot, sir? Are you an absolute idiot? You could have watched my stream 1 or 2 days ago to get that forecast, to get notified that the Weather Twins storm team, my storm team, predicted this. Dude, like, are you seriously going to start that, bro? And right here, we have severe weather as well. Like, are you an actual idiot, Dennis? Are you an actual idiot? I mean, it's good that that the Dothan City Schools community rallied in a time like this. But you could have watched my streams, my severe weather streams, and you could have saw the radars the Weather Twin storm team was using to actually predict that this was going to happen. But did you? Be honest with me. Did you? Did you? No, you did not. I mean, I hear this rhetoric from Dothan City Schools all the time. I know what rhetoric is, my guy. I know what rhetoric is. This rhetoric right here, no one could have predicted a storm would cause extensive damage to several of our school campuses Monday afternoon. Bullshit. Bullshit. You could have watched my streams to get that info. Again, the Weather Twins storm team, the most accurate storm team in the United States. More accurate than the National Weather Service. And I'm dead serious about that because we predicted stuff that the National Weather Service hasn't seen. And all of our predictions have been right. I mean, hell. You expect me to believe this first sentence right here, Mr. Dennis? You expect me to believe that? Hell no. You could have been watching my stream. Or watching a Storm Chasers stream. Or heck, even watching Max Velocity's stream. He was streaming yesterday as well. He was streaming yesterday while I was at school tracking this. Like, are you an actual idiot, Mr. Dennis? I'm not trying to be disrespectful. But if you want to push rhetoric like this first sentence right here, then you can try all you want to prove the Weather Twin storm team wrong. It's only going to make your current reputation worse. You know. And I even detected rotation yesterday while tracking this storm. You stupid idiot. Like, holy hell. The things the Weather Twins Storm team has to do to just get through to Dothan City Schools. The things we have to do. And yet Dothan City Schools acts like they didn't know it. Like a bunch of idiots. Hypocrites at best.
Incredibly strong, incredibly robust looking on radar. This is a considerable severe thunderstorm warning for Hall, Hamilton, Howard, Merrick, and the Nance County in Nebraska. 70-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-sized hail are working in here, and we've got ourselves very likely hail damage to vehicles and considerable tree damage coming with those 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. We did have an observed 73-mile-per-hour wind gusts right down here at the Grand Island Airport.
Ryan, Cash Richard with a huge $99.99 super chat says, always Chicago lol. Thank you.
Yeah, Chicago's in there tomorrow. Chicago's been in a lot of them recently. We'll be talking about Chicago a lot, probably at the beginning, towards the middle of the stream tomorrow, I think.
Ryan, R1 Gamordis _409 sent a $49.99 super chat. The y'all polygons continue to be a fantastic addition to the coverage.
Thank you. Thank you. That's something else that we've been working really hard on is getting Andy's expert genius weather brain more integrated into stream. Like Andy's verbal call outs are always awesome and we love that, right? But having the ability for you guys to see, where he's focusing on even before he is able to speak, because maybe I'm yapping on or whatever, is cool. And it takes a lot to make that happen. It's not an easy thing to do. So I'm glad you guys like it.
Ryan, Heather Lynn sent a $49.99 super chat.
Gosh, y'all.
Thanks for being here.
No, you this is not necessary. But really, we appreciate all the support, obviously. Cedar Vale, you're next in line to receive some quarter hail. It's coming. Ryan, can you comment on the photo you took after the stream the other night? Andy had a y'all watch headed your way before the stream ended. Was that a tornado towards Andy's batting average? So it wasn't, but there was a tornado warning that was issued that was literally lined up directly with Andy's y'all watch. So yeah, he, in my opinion, he definitely, he got that one, I guess, however you say that. But yeah, for those of you who don't know, the other night when I ended my stream, I went home and this is what I saw. I looked over the ridge and it looks to me like a daggone a tornado was happening over there across the mountain. And Reed Timmer even commented on this photo and said that it looked like a tornado, and it had a little nipple sticking out. If you go look on Facebook, you'll see his photo on it. And then, I was like, okay, well, it's kind of dark. My eyes might have been deceiving me. I got the family. We took shelter, right? And, very loud storm is kind of, our youngins, it was their first tornado warning in shelter kind of experience, kind of scary. But we came out and, we're fine. Everything's fine on our end, but we start looking at Facebook and stuff, and there's actually significant damage right here underneath where that is. So I start thinking, hey, maybe this was actually a tornado. But National Weather Service, I think, as of today, completed their survey, and they're saying it was straight line damaging winds, potentially up to 100 miles per hour, though, as a result of a modulating rear flank downdraft.
Speaking of National Weather Service, let me find that screenshot of that tornado. So, you see this? For anyone that was in Dothan at the time, that was the exact path the National Weather Service surveyed this entire storm. It was an EF1 tornado. Which is quite rare, which I think is quite rare, if I'm correct, for Dothan. EF1 tornadoes, EF1 plus tornadoes for Dothan are quite rare, I believe. I'm gonna have to, let me see. Let me see if I can get to a website that actually shows all the historical tracks of this. So, I'm trying to find the last time. So, the last time there was an EF1 tornado, y'all, the last time, I'm not sure this was as of lately, but I'm looking at tornadoarchive.com. The last time there was a EF1 tornado was April 3rd, 2023. This was 105 yards. Video evidence showed a brief tornado initially that touched down on Appian Way. A National Weather Service survey crew then determined that this tornado moved southeastward across several streets in northwest Dothan before lifting at North Englewood Avenue. Numerous trees were snapped and uprooted along its path, with the greatest concentration found on El Dorado Doctor. This tornado was rated as an EF1 with max winds estimated around 95 miles per hour based on the tree damage. So yeah, that's fun. Hit by a turkey.
That just about went through. That would have been bad. Bad enough as it is.
Ryan, Brendan sent a $20 super chat. Howdy from Houston. Thanks for keeping everyone updated and getting the word out.
Hey, howdy from Houston. No problem. Thank you for that. And Phil says that I've got a fan club of watchers in Appleton, Wisconsin. Shout out to my buddy Jake Schmidt. Jake Schmidt, shout out to you for getting Phil hooked on our streams here. I'm glad that you guys are enjoying and finding value in what we do here. Once again, even if you're watching and you're not under a warning right now, you being here helps us reach more people. So big supporter of, you watching for whatever reason. Thank you. Yeah, we do have a severe thunderstorm watch for Lincoln. I know we got some people watching in Lincoln and Omaha. We're not seeing anything popping up over there just yet. But until 3 a.m. Central tonight, you guys are under a severe thunderstorm watch. Couple tornadoes possible. Scattered hail up to 10 spell size. Scattered wind gusts up to 80 miles per hour. So y'all get ready for that. Oh my gosh. Should we show the turkey video or no? We probably shouldn't. Yeah, we shouldn't. All right. Good call.
Obviously, the left
Yeah, I just retweeted the photos that I just showed on Twitter from Jordan Hall's account, and I'm sure Jordan will have a video up there at some point if for whatever reason anybody wants to see that. No tornadoes yet today, thankfully.
Hey Ryan, looks like Kansas and Missouri are the stars of the show tonight, with lots of eyes specifically on the Kansas City area. You'd think everyone in chat lived on the state line. Beyond the will it hit my house questions, there's big focus shifting to tomorrow's potential across places like Kentucky, Ohio, and Indiana. Stay hydrated out there, boss.
Kansas City, huh? Lots of people watching from Kansas City. Kansas City, we are not watching anything close to you right now. There's a severe thunderstorm watch for Topeka. And, at some point tonight, there will be storms in Kansas City. Let me show you the future, the HER here. Now, we might not be live whenever the storms get there. But this is what the radar could look like tonight. Storms will try to pop up around Kansas City, maybe around 1 a.m. But the biggest, that big line of storms that's probably going to produce some hail and damaging winds won't come in until about 4 or 5 a.m. So yeah, y'all watch out in Kansas City closer to 4 or 5 a.m. That's when I'd be most concerned over there. Going to have a secondary robust tornado threat as well down here in Oklahoma, maybe around that time. Going to have storms firing up once again around Burke Burnett and Wichita Falls and moving up towards Oklahoma City, it seems like. And there's definitely going to be more forcing with those, so that those are definitely going to be there.
Hurry the fuck up.
Ryan, wow. Josh Sparks just sent in a big $100 super chat saying, "Thank you, the outstanding coverage."
Thank you for that. And super huge shout out to everybody that's shown support in the chat tonight. Once again, it's not required, but you've at least, hey, we're waiting on more information for these storms to come in so we can relay information, and you've given us a lot to talk about here. So I really do appreciate the engagement. Like we always talk, me and Andy always talk about how we long for the slower days. This isn't really slow. Like there's a lot going on here. But like, just talking back and forth with y'all sometimes is really is the best part of this. Tomorrow's definitely not going to be one of those days. I think tomorrow's going to be one of those days where we are completely locked in. Unfortunately.
Ryan Imric Kusnir just sent a $50 super chat. Thank you, Imric. Or asked, should we be okay in Nashville tonight? 2 nights ago was crazy. Ended up in our home shelter. Thank you for all you do.
Yeah, Nashville's fine tonight. No, nothing to worry about in Nashville tonight. Tomorrow night, maybe a different story. We're going to have storms again. I don't know if they'll be as intense as they were the other night, but we'll be watching the Nashville area likely around 3 a.m. Early. So not tomorrow, but like the next day, essentially tomorrow. Not this morning, but the day after tomorrow morning. Oh, man.
Hey Ryan, seems like half the population of the Kansas City metro is tuned in tonight, probably wanting to know if the storm will hit their specific barbecue grill. We've also got lots of eyes on the active storms across Oklahoma and Nebraska right now, and plenty of viewers already getting antsy about tomorrow's potential across the Ohio and Tennessee valleys.
So hopefully we answered a lot of questions from our Kansas folks. We are watching this storm down here in Chautauqua and Cowley counties in Kansas. We've got 1-8 channel and 50-mile-per-hour winds getting ready to move into Cedarvale. That's what we're watching here. John says, Ryan, I'm a news reporter at KRMS Radio, and we watch you every time the weather hits our region in the Ozarks. Thanks for what you do. If you ever need a reporter for your network, I'd be honored. John, thank you for that. And yeah, maybe one day we're always trying new things. Maybe one day we'll have a bunch of different Calebs, you know, in several cities, doing the Jim Cantori thing. It just depends on, like, you know, what happens and you know, what you guys think about it and all that good stuff. But yeah, John, definitely stay in touch. Yeah, setups like today are very tricky. That's why, you know, the parameter space today, the potential for the storms today probably warranted a moderate risk for severe weather. The reason why Storm Prediction Center very smartly didn't go for that is because it's very conditional. There's a lot of little things that can happen that can make or break a setup like this. And thankfully, so far, it looks like today's setup has been mostly broken. But we've still got several hours to go before I'm comfortable saying that, like, this is over. So keep that in mind. Yeah, it seems like the California tornado threat so far has been more robust than the one in Oklahoma. And I honestly, let's hope that continues to be the case. We don't want to see tornadoes, y'all.
Ryan, Binary Viking, sent in a generous $50 super chat. Says, love the streams and the service that you provide to everyone. They're watching from the southwest suburbs of Chicago and have a question. Around what time are the storms supposed to peak there tomorrow?
Chicago, we are watching your neck of the woods. Probably. So it's going to start raining and storming off and on 4 a.m. You might get a heavy burst of rain and maybe even a severe thunderstorm warning as early as 9 a.m. as the warm front comes through. But then probably the more robust severe threat won't start until after 2 p.m. If there's going to be a more robust severe threat. Chicago, you're right on the line where it really just depends on the speed of the front as it passes through. So like if it's slower, you'll have more of a severe weather threat. If it's faster, you'll have less. And that's something that really won't know until tomorrow. But I'd say that during our live stream, we'll be talking about Chicago anywhere between 4 p.m. and 9 p.m. There is going to be some substantial ingredients in place around Chicago tomorrow for tornadoes specifically. Significant tornado parameter values are going to be quite high, literally right here around Chicago. The question is, are there going to be storms there to take advantage of that? So imagine this as tornado fuel. There's going to be a lot of it out there floating around. That doesn't really mean anything, and you won't even notice unless there's a storm that pops up that can efficiently take advantage of it. Right now, the significant tornado parameter values of Oklahoma are even way higher than this, and would support a wide, a huge tornado outbreak.
I know you're not talking to me.
But we're not having one because we don't have storms that are mature enough to take advantage of the environment quite efficiently. So that new question tomorrow is like, are there going to be storms here? And are they going to be mature storms?
That's the funny part. That's the funny part. That's the funny part.
Make sure you're here, and we will guide you through that whole process.
Oh, I'm so ashamed.
Ryan, Becky
I'm gonna
Maycock
take
just
you
sent in a
inside on the way to school.
$9.99 super chat. Thank you so much for your support, Becky.
Hey. Can you be quiet so I can stream?
Ryan, Disaster Dynamics Media sent a $19.99 super chat. Hey, Ryan, great work as always. Would love to collab sometime in the interest of public
You
safety.
didn't think
Stay
to grab
safe,
our
y'all.
Oreos?
Absolutely, I'm down.
He restocked.
Ryan, Lilac Child sent a $20 super chat asking, how's the wind and hail going to look around central Iowa later after midnight? Are they looking at an average spring storm or something to watch out for?
Sometimes it sounds like y'all is yelling at me. Do you guys notice that? Yeah. So as far as tomorrow goes, I would say that if you're in the enhanced risk or the moderate risk here, you can expect storms that are more intense than your average spring storm. So that includes Chicago, West Ohio, much of Indiana, Illinois, but especially right down there in Kentucky, West Tennessee, Northeast Arkansas, Boot Hill region of Missouri, extreme northwestern Mississippi, and southern Illinois. That's where we are most concerned about the strongest storms tomorrow. So keep that in mind. And we'll be tracking them frame by frame tomorrow, just like these that are up here in Nebraska tonight. We've got radar indicated 1.5-inch hail moving out of Central City now. Got an official report from the public. This is a photo coming from Facebook of 1.25-inch hail in downtown Central City. That's moving up towards Clarks, Hordeville, and Polk. So y'all get ready for the big hail, and we're continuing to watch our severe thunderstorm down here in Kansas too, in Chautauqua and Cowley counties in Kansas. This one's looking really intense as it comes into Cedarville and surrounding areas. This is going to bring about some 1-inch hail and some gusty winds and lots of lightning, as you can see there from our Kansas traffic cameras.
Ryan, Andrew sent a $49.99 super chat saying he'll match the donation for the person who lost their parent in the Greenberg tornado. He's living in Tampa now, but went through the 2003 Kansas City tornado outbreak, and adds, thanks to you and your team for saving lives.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for the support. Really do appreciate it. It's not necessary, but thank you guys.
30.
We just got a new severe thunderstorm warning. Guess where? In Kansas. So this is actually a new development here. This is a new cluster of storms that we have yet to talk about. This is a severe thunderstorm warning for Ellsworth, Lincoln, and Saline County in Kansas. This is just north and northeast of Salina. We've got 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds moving in here. Get ready along the I-70 corridor, especially around Glendale, for hail and wind. This is going to be coming up towards the Salina KOA Holiday Trailer Park and the Sundown RV Park. So understand that potentially 60-mile-per-hour winds are going to be coming in there. You might want to take substantial shelter that's not a mobile home. Shiloh School, Schipple School, the Humbarger School is also in the path of this very dangerous storm. So get indoors and away from windows.
Ryan, David Wheatman sent a $19.99 super chat. Hey Ryan, looks like it's turkey for dinner tonight.
Oh no. Oh no. Y'all, you gotta be more selective. You gotta be more selective with your. Oh my gosh. Note to self. Make y'all less offensive, please. All right. Sorry about that. Holy smokes.
Ryan, check this out. A massive $499.99 super chat from Grim Reaper 41. They say they're getting ready for the storms tomorrow in Columbus, Ohio, and wanted to send a big thank you to you and the whole team for everything you all do.
Wow. Grim Reaper 41, thank you so much for that. Once again, not required, but obviously we appreciate the support. Everybody in the chat, say big shout outs to Grim Reaper 41. That's a big deal there. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, and if you're just now tuning in, we're talking. Y'all was monitoring the chat. Y'all was relaying some messages to me, and we're monitoring the radar here. So far, things are quite. I don't say calm, but they're not as bad as what they could be. So that's good. We're going to stay on the air here, though, for a while as we expect things might change over the next little bit. But if they don't, we're going to call this a win, all right? And at some point tonight, we're going to end the coverage and we're going to sleep soundly, get rested up for a potentially more active and more robust day of coverage tomorrow, where we have a moderate risk of severe weather and a large enhanced risk of severe weather from the Ohio Valley down past the Tennessee Valley into the Red River Valley and mid-Mississippi Valley. So get ready for a long day of probably less laid-back coverage tomorrow, unfortunately. New severe thunderstorm warning in Kansas. This is in addition to the warning that we're tracking here west of the Salina. Gosh, y'all tell me how to pronounce that right next time. And then, this is coming up towards Minneapolis and Bennington in Kansas. Get indoors and away from windows. 1.5-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds are on the table. And then we are still watching storms in Oklahoma. But this storm is just really not doing any, it's not making it. It's too far out in front of that dry line. It looks like it's trying to fizzle out. The one that's in Cleveland, Morgan, and Grady counties. If this is still going, by the time it gets to Interstate 35, there might be something to talk about here. But right now, it is weakening on its approach to Interstate 35. We'll see what happens, though, as we continue to watch its evolution. Storms down here in Texas are starting to get a little bit stronger. Still, nothing crazy going on in Texas. We hopefully are dodging a bullet here. Strongest storms right now, definitely in Kansas and Nebraska. Like by far. This is turning into a big, dangerous wind maker here. Coming out of Clarks, moving over towards Polk and Hordeville. Get ready for 60-mile-per-hour winds over here in Nebraska, okay?
Ryan, Chauncey Wigglesworth dropped a $50 super chat. They said, y'all bot works hard. Buy it something nice.
Salina. Okay, Salina, I got you. Hey, thank you for that.
Ryan, MB just dropped a massive $99.99 super chat. Says, love your program and tell a lot of folks about this show. Wow. Thank you so much for that incredible support, MB. We really appreciate you spreading the word.
Exactly. Y'all, I couldn't have said it better myself. Tornado threat appears to have decreased substantially, especially in the near term. This is directly from the Storm Prediction Center here, highlighting Oklahoma City and Norman. So, thankfully, we are not looking at an increasing tornado threat here. Thankfully.
Ryan got a $49.99 super chat from Nick Jones. They're watching from Olathe, Kansas, and say, I tune in every time you are live. Truly fantastic what you and your team does. Revolutionary.
Hey, thank you for the very kind words. We don't have any, tornado warnings to cover or anything, but we've got a lot of increasing severe weather going on and some really interesting views. Look at this from Max Archer. That's cool. You can see the top of the one of the storms over there in Stevens County, Oklahoma. If this storm, there we go. I was going to say if it's got enough moving parts up there, we might see some really cool lightning in that structure. These are my favorite kinds of storms, man. If I was a storm chaser, like if I got to storm chase more, I wouldn't go for the bottom. I would go for days like today where you can go get about 10 miles away and look at the top. That's the coolest part, in my opinion. And that's also there's 89,000 people that are going to be underneath the grungy base. Getting the full structure is, in my opinion, the most fascinating part. A very cool view from Max Archer there. Severe thunderstorm warning for Chautauqua and Elk counties in Kansas. Orange hail, 50-mile-per-hour winds coming up into Grafton, Elk Falls, Oak Valley, Longton, and Eupola. Over the next little bit, y'all get ready for a significant light show and some hail.
Ryan, Pickles Von Brine sent in a $99.99 super chat. They say, hey Ryan, you do good work. I just informed my family who lives in Licking County, Ohio, west of Columbus and Nashville. Be safe, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Ryan. Robert Dean sent in a $30 super chat. He says, y'all be safe, and adds, he's getting ready to take his national level storm spotter test next week. That's awesome, Robert. Good luck with that.
Good luck. Let us know how it goes. For sure.
Ryan, Andrew Hun sent a $9.99 super chat. They're tuned in from Tucson, Arizona, saying they miss the Midwest tornado season and love watching your streams.
Thank you so much for that. If you're just now tuning in, we are reading the chat here a little bit. We're hanging out as we watch some strong storms form in Kansas. We might be, and we hope we are witnessing a bit of a bust in Oklahoma. We might not be having as much of a tornado threat as what we originally anticipated, which was always on the table as conditional threat. But we're going to keep an eye on these storms for the next few hours, just in case they decide to, pull something, crazy at the last minute here. It's happened before. We don't want to get too comfortable on a night like tonight. We've got enough tornado ingredients in place to where you never want to be like, let's not worry about tonight. You don't want to do that too soon. So we're keeping a close eye on everything for you. And the moment anything substantial happens, I will let you know. Is the severe weather threat officially over for tonight? Absolutely not. The severe weather threat's actually just getting started. The tornado threat might be less than what we originally thought, but it's just going to continue to increase as time goes on. As these storms grow upscale, and especially the ones up there in Nebraska and Kansas, those are going to continue to have their own threats, and they're not going anywhere as they move off to the east. So Lincoln, Omaha, you guys are getting storms tonight. There's no doubt about it. The tornado threat, though, thankfully, may be lower than what it could have been.
Ryan got a $20 super chat from Rickus Nellis. They say they love watching, but they're definitely not enjoying the snow up in North Dakota and are ready for thunderstorms. They also added, keep up the great work, ...
Speaking of snow, yeah, we've got a ton of winter storm warnings winter weather advisories up here in Minnesota and North Dakota and South Dakota. It's currently snowing up here in Fargo. We're going to see snow tonight in Wisconsin, UP of Michigan, up into Ontario and Quebec. So yeah, got snow up here, severe weather down here. It's quite an active map tonight. That's why the weather intensity score is over 100 right now, despite the fact that we don't have that many, we don't have any tornado warnings. The big driving factors for the increased whiz right now is the large coverage of watches, of course, the severe thunderstorm warnings that we do have, and then all of these winter weather warnings also increase the weather intensity score. And not to mention, every live streamer also increases that number. So we've got a lot of live streamers online right now. That's probably inflating that weather intensity score quite a bit, actually. There's tons of storm chasers today, y'all. You don't know how much hype was, kind of building around these storms from a storm chaser perspective, because there was a really good chance that we were going to have some big, nasty tornadoes today in Oklahoma. And there was also a good chance that they were going to stay away from populated areas for the most part. So if that would have happened, it would have been a chaser's, dream come true.
Hey Ryan, the chat's lighting up like radar during peak storm season. Folks are asking about that storm near Salina, Kansas, with reports of hail also coming in from Wichita and Muscatine. Besides wondering if their specific blade of grass is safe tonight, there's a ton of focus on what to expect tomorrow across the Midwest and South.
All right, so we'll talk about tomorrow again after we talk about Salina. The storm up here is still looking pretty intense. It does look like the northwest side of Salina is going to get hit by 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds within the next 26 minutes. So get indoors and away from windows. It's definitely coming up towards Bennington as well. I do want to mention that we have another storm, or a couple of storms, forming around Wichita, because I know we got some people watching in Wichita. You just had a downpour on the northwest side of Wichita. It's probably going to start producing hail here as it goes through Park City. And then we've got a more robust storm forming over here south and east of Wichita, getting ready to move up past Augusta towards Rosalia. So we've got new storms popping up around Wichita. They're below severe limits right now. We currently have no severe thunderstorm warnings in Oklahoma. They're all in Kansas, Nebraska. We don't even have anything in Florida right now. What in the world's going on?
Ryan Zane Raymond sent a $20 super chat. Hey Ryan, I'm in a semi-truck between Springfield and Kansas City MO. What is the wind and hail threat for tonight? Debating on whether I'm going to push on or not.
Wind and hail threat tonight is pretty high, but it just depends on if you get hit directly by one of these cells or not. So, I would, if you've got the ability to, I would not push on. But of course, if you have to, just be careful and try to keep an eye on the radar and alerts, and you should be able to dodge the isolated nature. The farther north you go, though, especially up towards Omaha and Lincoln, there's going to eventually tonight, there's going to be a large line of storms that'll be hard to miss. But yeah, farther south, things are going to remain a little bit more scattered, so you might be able to skirt around them. But my recommendation would be to just not go if at all possible.
Ryan, Shane Billington with a 1999 super chat. He says, super chat on fire tonight. Thank you to the Y'all Squad.
Thank you. Yeah. And once again, super huge shout out to everybody that's been so supportive today. I think Y'allbot has inspired this unintentionally. Like honestly, the Y'allbot thing is seriously just to help me keep track of chat easier without having to try to read it myself. But I'm glad you guys are interacting with it and supporting the channel. It takes a lot to make everything that we do happen, and we couldn't do it without you. So seriously, thank you.
Ryan, Kelsey Brown sent a $49.99 super chat. I read on social media that you were driving a golf cart when you took the tornado pic near your home. Is that true?
That is true. I wouldn't recommend it. And it wasn't necessarily on purpose. My daily driver is a golf cart. I drove a golf cart to stream, and I have a very short commute. Okay, very short commute. But I had to take the golf cart home. And I was on the golf cart when I saw the tornado on my way home, or I saw what could have been a tornado on my way home. That is true. New severe thunderstorm warning in Nebraska. This one's going to take us farther west. Okay, so this is interesting. We've moved past Grand Island. Storm has moved past Central City here, but now we've got new convection popping up to the west of Grand Island. This is going to be for Buffalo, Dawson, and Sherman counties in Nebraska. We're talking about 1.25-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. Hail damage to vehicles is expected, and we can expect wind damage to roofs, sidings, and trees over the next 22 minutes. Get indoors and away from windows in Miller, Amherst, Pleasanton, Satoria, Ravenna, and Hazard. We are specifically concerned about places like the Pitts Trailer Park, which is in the path of some of the strong winds. Also, the Goodman Samaritan Society Ravenna Nursing Home. We've got 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-size hail moving in over the next 22 minutes, so make sure you're aware of that.
Ryan Christopher Lundy sent a $10 super chat. My wife and I are still waiting on Back It Up, Brad's theme song.
We'll do Brad's theme song again tomorrow, whenever Brad's out here. I think Brad's going to be chasing tomorrow, but he's not out tonight. Hey, Brad, we should have known. We should have known that there weren't going to be no tornadoes in the original threat, because Brad wasn't out there to sniff them out. Here is an incredible view from Orlando, Florida. Chris is sending this in over on X. Got some frequent lightning with that storm that was, oh, wow, that was cool. The storm that was promoting the severe thunderstorm warning earlier, now producing a nice Florida gully washer tonight. Man, so obviously I hate the damaging severe weather, and you know, I hate the negative side of storms, but I just can't wait for the heart of spring and to be able to see this kind of stuff here at the Weather House and it not have a tornado attached to it. I love this stuff. I could sit and watch this all day. Thank you for sending that, by the way. Yeah, my handle on Twitter or X is Ryan Hall, y'all. Got another new severe thunderstorm warning in Nebraska. This one's going to be for Merrick, Nance, and Polk counties in Nebraska. This is originally impacted Grand Island, went through Central City, and is now approaching Osceola, Silver Creek, and places south of Duncan in Nebraska. We're expecting 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. Get ready.
Ryan, Scott Raymond sent in a CA $27.99 super chat saying they really want that winter storm warning to stop up there in northern Ontario.
Yeah, you Canadians, I'm sure you're tired of it too. Lots more snow on the way, though, unfortunately, as a result of this this crazy system that we're about to see.
Ryan Reese sent a $19.99 super chat. Hey Ryan, incredible work from you and your team. Thank you. I sent you a photo of a tornado near us Sunday on X. Should we expect the same tomorrow night? Lebanon, Ohio. My son loves these storms. Upside down face.
So I don't know if you can expect the same tomorrow, but you are under an enhanced risk of severe weather. Again, that's what you were under the other night. And we do have a substantial tornado threat that we will be tracking. The odds of the exact, you being under a tornado warning again is, not necessarily high, but we're going to be keeping an eye on you. And just know that we will probably be mentioning your town a couple of times in tomorrow's live stream.
Ryan, Matthew Hamilton dropped a $50 super chat. Says, thanks for keeping us updated in Middle Tennessee the other night.
Hey, no problem. Always. Well, where's my Clarksvillians at? I know we're definitely not talking about any storms in Clarksville tonight, but I know you're here. I know you're here. Kansas City seems to be winning. Like that seems to be where everybody's from in the chat tonight, which makes sense. Either they're closer to like where the actual storms are.
Ryan, Doc Gillian sent a $50 super chat. Learned a lot about the nationwide bandwidth of your team's efforts behind the scenes tonight. You are impacting millions in a positive way and have saved who knows how many. I hope y'all make time to take that in for yourselves.
Dang, dude, is y'all not making this up? Is y'all not like making up compliments here? Like, you guys are being super nice tonight. I don't think I've ever seen a YouTube chat as not toxic and as supportive as this one. This is awesome. Oh my gosh! So thank you for the kind words, and I'm glad you guys can find value out of the stream here. Just know that I don't think tomorrow's stream is going to be as laid back as this one. I think that tomorrow we're going to be a little bit more focused in on the tornado warnings and stuff. But anytime we get a chance to just talk to chat like this, we're going to take that opportunity. If you're just now tuning in, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning for Merritt, Nance, and Polk counties in Nebraska. That's going to go on for the next 31 minutes. It's been about 10 minutes since I have checked in on this other warning in Nebraska. Up here near Salina, we do have a really interesting storm coming together, and it looks like our friend meteorologist Andy Hill is watching this one too. You see the Y'all Watch polygon there. We've got low confidence in a tornado with this one. So this is a severe thunderstorm warning right now, and there's no tornado warning, but we are watching the rotation, trying to pick up on this. If you're in Salina, probably go outside and feel some really warm, moist air streaming up into this thing. If that can turn around and interact with the cool air coming out of the hail core, we might see this try to produce a tornado. So this might warrant a tornado warning at some point here in the future. So y'all watch out in New Cambria. Y'all watch out in Trenton, Shipton, Niles, and Talmadge in Kansas. We've got our eyes on this one now, okay? And it looks like we might also need to be watching this one over here near Hollywood and Lorain as well. So we're keeping a very close eye on these storms in Kansas as it looks like they're actually starting to take advantage of the environment a little bit more than the ones in Oklahoma. Got a new severe thunderstorm warning in Kansas with those storms that are popping up to the east of Wichita that we just talked about. El Dorado and Augusta. How about you over there in Rosalia, Eureka, Hamilton? This is Butler and Greenwood counties in Kansas. We have a severe thunderstorm warning. 1-inch hail and 50-mile-per-hour winds are possible over the next little bit. This is getting ready to cross over Highway 54 and 400. In the path, we have the Blueston Leon Elementary School. And we can't forget about the BG Veterans Stadium directly in the path here, and also Cinema 6.
Ryan, Matthew Hamilton sent a $50 super chat. He says, I was down in Columbia, Tennessee that night. It was wild for sure. Thanks for all you do.
Hey, thank you. Oh, by the way, I was talking earlier, y'all posted this image earlier of the only tornado warning that we've seen so far today. This is in California, okay? We had a tornado warning earlier in California. And we've been talking a lot about Andy's batting average, but what about my son, Echo? All right. This was yesterday. All right. This was Echo's forecast yesterday. Nobody was talking about tornadoes in California yesterday. Okay. But listen to what Echo had to say. What's going on? I don't read. Where is it?
It's in California.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's pretty far from us.
Yeah, it is.
Caleb has to go catch that.
Caleb should have went and caught that. Come on now, Caleb. Echo told you yesterday to go to California. If you had just listened, you'd have been there. The only storm chaser on the tornado warning in California. Isn't that something else? He's got it. Echo has got the forecasting brain, I believe. All right, new severe thunderstorm warning in Nebraska. This is going to be for Greeley, Howard, Sherman Valley, and those counties in Nebraska. We've got 1 inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds getting ready to come up into Rockville and eventually Ashton, Elba, and Coatesfield and Scotia. So y'all get indoors and away from windows, okay? It's going to be a strong storm coming through here.
Ryan David Miller sent a $19.99 super chat. We can be mean too. Andy needs to put a polygon around your face. It's capable of producing severe damage.
Dang. Okay, we've leveled the playing field here now. Okay, I get it. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Ryan Aaron Scott sent a $10 super chat saying, "Hey Ryan, I really enjoy watching your live streams when I am not out spotting with our local Skyward group. 73 WX5 VHF."
7 threes. Thank you all for all the support tonight. If you're just now tuning in, we are continuing to track 7 severe thunderstorm warnings, 1 considerable severe thunderstorm warning, and a PDS flash flood watch. You heard that right. PDS flood watch for tomorrow. As a result of this. Actually, is this tomorrow or is that Thursday? That's Thursday, isn't it? Regardless, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, like they're all the days over here in the Ohio River and Mississippi River valleys are going to be dangerous flash flood days. We got a PDS flash flood watch in effect and a high risk of excessive rainfall from the Weather Prediction Center. We are expecting very severe flooding in Arkansas, Tennessee, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky over the next couple of days. Very concerned about this. If you live in a flood-prone area, this needs to be your main focus. Even more so than the tornado stuff. This is going to be a life-threatening situation for much more people than we'll have to deal with tornadoes. I promise you that. Considerable severe thunderstorm warning now in effect for Cloud and Republic counties in Kansas. 1.5 inch hail, 70-mile-per-hour winds. Now on their way into Jamestown, Norway, north of California, it's going to cross Highway 81 here near Belleville and Cuba. So we've got 2 considerable severe thunderstorm warnings now. And we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning for Jewell and Mitchell counties in Kansas. Lots going on out there, y'all.
All right, Ryan, Lex the Wolf just sent in a 1999 super chat. They say, in Leawood, Kansas, left lecture and got some Taco Bell. Open YouTube, see you live, and decide to check in. Seeing location, I open Noah app and see that it's supposed to be raining. Nothing here yet, but I got my Taco Bell. Looks like the rain hasn't quite arrived in Leawood yet, but Lex the Wolf is prepared with snacks.
Thanks for the breakdown. That's awesome. Thank you. You see, y'all like conveyed that whole message much better than I could have very briefly summarized it. You know, in me trying to keep up with it.
Hey Ryan, lots of eyes on Kansas right now, especially that storm near Salina, showing potential rotation that has the chat worried. Folks are also looking ahead to tomorrow across the Midwest and Ohio Valley, asking the usual, what about my specific blade of grass questions, bless their hearts. And apparently, someone thinks Andy should put your face in a polygon, capable of severe damage, they said.
Oh, you guys are going to turn y'all out against me. Yeah, the rotation here is, it continues to look robust south of Bennington. So Bennington, Verde, Niles, you guys need to be watching out here in Kansas. Out of everything that we've seen today, this is our most concerning storm. There it is.
Has been issued.
Bennington is now under a tornado warning. So the National Weather Service has issued a tornado warning for Bennington, Kansas. This is Ottawa County. Storm chaser Tim Jones is out there, but he's offline. We've got a significant storm underway here north of Salina. And it's coming into Bennington. We've got a very robust area of rotation that's come together here right over Highway 81. And it is coming into Bennington. So if this is going to produce a tornado, it might actually happen in Bennington. So if you're in Bennington, take shelter immediately. You are under a tornado warning. Get into the most interior room of a sturdy shelter on the lowest floor. With as many walls between you and the outside world as possible. We would prefer that you are in a underground storm cellar or something like that, but an interior closet or bathroom will do. We don't want to be in mobile homes. Okay, that's something we want to try to avoid. Some places in the path here include Pleasant Hill and the Pleasant Hill School, and also the Longford Rural Fire District, station number 4. In the path of a very dangerous tornado-warned storm now. Yep, the storm is wrapping up over here near north of Salina, Kansas. Bennington, you guys are, in the path of this, so make sure you're in your safe spots. Go ahead, Andy.
Thanks, Ryan. You saw the yaw watch I had was actually to the south and east of that warning
A
and
new
the
tornado
positioning of the
warning
warning.
has been
The
issued.
funny thing is, if you take your radar over to the Wichita radar, we're actually scanning almost exactly the same height in the storm, despite the radar appearing to be further away. This is due to the difference between latitude and longitude vision on these radar maps here. You'll see that the rotation or the rotating part of the storm is actually entirely outside of that tornado polygon, which is why I had the yaw watch further south and east. So it's a little bit difficult to exactly nail down where a tornado would actually happen in this storm. I believe it would be like right on the edge of this polygon from the National Weather Service, but that's why that was there for me. And I think it's definitely hard to tell because we're in that radar hole right here in central Kansas. So hopefully nothing drops from that, but that's just my reasoning for having that there, as you previously saw.
All right, thank you, Andy. And you had another yaw watch over here a little bit farther to the south and west for Barton, Ellsworth, and Rice counties in Kansas. And they actually just issued a tornado warning for that one as well. A very large tornado warning. So we're confident that this is going to try to produce a tornado for quite some time, probably over the next hour. Rotations come together here between Raymond and Ellenwood. It's going to go over towards Chase. It's going to cross Highway 56 and then go up towards Galt, Frederick, and Geneseo in Kansas. So make sure you are taking shelter out there in Barton, Ellsworth, and Rice counties in Kansas. This is a dangerous storm, and we've also got our eyes on the storm up here a little bit closer to Ellsworth as well, moving on up towards Canero and Brookville. You guys, y'all watch out as this storm is developing near you. We just got a new severe thunderstorm warning up here in Nebraska. It's going to be for 60-mile-per-hour winds and 1-inch hail moving up towards Rising City, Schuyler, and Brainerd. All right. And then, of course, we're going to go check back in on that tornado warning that we have north of Salina. As this storm looks really nasty, in downtown Bennington, whether you're receiving a tornado or not right now, you're probably getting in on some tennis ball size hail and just a really nasty storm overall. So hopefully everybody's in their tornado safe spots, away from windows, of course. And just know that the rotating part of that storm is coming up towards Bertie, Niles, Manchester, and Vine Creek here over the next little bit. You'll be in the lowest, most interior room, okay? Nasty storm. We got tennis balls flying around here, potentially at tornado speeds. So that's something we don't want to mess around with. So yeah, we now have 2 tornado warnings. So the main areas that we're watching right now is the Ellenwood, Kansas storm. We're talking about. This one could continue to produce a problem as it moves off to the north and east. We're also paying attention to the Salina, Kansas storm. That one's got a tornado warning. In central Oklahoma, we are less focused on that area right now, but we will go back down there if storms start forming here soon. And then, of course, we're going to continue to talk about the potential flooding tomorrow. I know a lot of people are talking about that right now. So the main things that are on our table are these 2 tornado warnings up here in Kansas. We are keeping a very close eye on the severe thunderstorms that are now north and east of Wichita. But these are below, they're not trying to produce tornadoes right now. These are just producing hail and wind as they come up towards Rosalia. Get ready in places like Hamilton for some large hail here soon. Just got a new considerable severe thunderstorm warning for the forward flank of the tornado warning storm that's up here north of Salina. So we've got 2.5-inch hail. That's tennis ball size hail and 70-mile-per-hour winds coming into Longford, Wakefield, and Manchester and Buckeye. And remember, down here at the base of the storm, we've got a tornado warning. So we've got a potential tornado forming up here north of New Cambria, near Verdi and Miles, moving up towards Manchester and Buckeye. So y'all get into your safe spots. Get away from windows. Get indoors, especially if you're in that tornado warning in Ottawa County. Got to get you into your shelters as quickly as possible.
Ryan, Eric Courtney sent a $75 super chat. He says, after tonight's coverage, you should get yourself a carne asada and a gin and tonic. He also adds, boomer sooner, and reminds everyone watching to be storm aware.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Eric. Let's see. Give me just literally 2 seconds. I got to go get another water. Actually, count how many seconds it takes. I'm going to guess less than 20. Go.
Okay, here's a summary you can read, Ryan. Hey, Ryan, the chat is locked onto Kansas, like you on a Taco Bell sign after a long stream, especially that storm near Salina and Bennington, spitting out warnings. Folks are also already bracing for tomorrow, asking about timing across the Ohio and Tennessee valleys, though some seem really concerned about their very specific blade of grass. Bless their hearts.
Why does it keep saying bless their hearts?
Ryan, Kukita Tian dropped a generous $49.99 super chat. They say, way to go, Echo. Our future is going to be okay with you, buddy. Go get yourself a toy or something. Thanks, y'all squad. Because of you, I'm not scared. I'm aware. They also add that St. Louis, Missouri will be watching again tomorrow.
All right, we should be good.
I'm just gonna do those. I'm just gonna do 3 of these.
Yeah, I
problems
had to make
because-
an extra trip. That was
And hey,
more
I
than
don't know
just
if
a
these
beverage
3 problems
retrieval, so
I'm
that
gonna do. I
that
don't
really
know.
messed up my time there.
I don't
so
know
we'll
if
try
the
that again
answer's
next
gonna be
time.
right. Because
If you're just
I'm
tuning
only
in, we're focused on a tornado warning
doing
over
one
here
for
southeast of
3, 'cause I
Bennington,
can't
Kansas.
Did she give you one?
Well,
Yeah.
the warning includes Bennington, and you need to stay in your
Then
safe
I
spot for the
could
next 12 minutes at least. But the rotation might be actually a little bit farther to the south and east. So we're concerned about Verde, Niles, over towards places
Give me the
like
answers.
Talmadge and Manchester in Kansas. We also have a considerable severe thunderstorm warning for this
So you know what?
area.
I'm gonna figure
Also
this out
scanning the
without-
storm high in the sky here. You can see a decent area of rotation in this other tornado warning that is coming up towards Chase. Chase, Lyons, Mitchell, Geneseo, Frederick, and
can't even figure out
Barnabas,
the
Worth, and
circumference.
Rice counties in Kansas. You guys are under a tornado
can't.
warning. Take shelter immediately.
The only circumference I could find is 47.13.
Here
That's
is
it.
a mesoscale discussion. It's not discussing much though.
You absolute dumbass.
There's no words on it. But it looks like they're pointing out the increased hail, tornado, and wind threat over the next several hours over here in portions of Nebraska, Kansas, a little bit of Missouri, and Iowa is highlighted there too.
Do you have homework
And
too
this is a
done?
nasty looking storm on radar over here in North Carolina.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you're in the same boat as me then.
Can you be quiet?
Camera number 5 here is in the Salina, Kansas storm, or we're looking down into it here. If it wasn't for that little marker there showing us where it is, we'd probably be able to see more of it. But that's the storm in the distance back there. We're also some people are saying that we might have actually seen a funnel there on the right side. So we're going to keep a very close eye on this. I don't know for sure if that's what we saw, but hey, I would not doubt it. Like this thing is a beast. It's rotating like crazy. I would be surprised if it's not about to produce a tornado, if it's not already producing a tornado. They got to issue a new warning, man. They got to get that polygon a little bit farther to the south and east. Andy's y'all watch here highlights an area closer to Talmadge, Niles, Buckeye, and Manchester. Y'all watch out here. You're not under that tornado warning, but the tornadic part of the storm is going to come right up towards you. Okay. But yeah, this thing's starting to get a big hook on it. This is looking like it might be. This looks like a bad situation developing up here for our friends in Ottawa County, Kansas. Maybe there towards Dickinson County and Saline County. Specifically Manchester, Buckeye, the towns of Niles, Talmadge. Y'all be on the lookout for a new tornado warning to come out here any time now.
A new tornado warning
There it
has
is.
been issued.
And yeah, that's almost exactly perfectly lined up with Andy's Y'all Watch there. So a new tornado warning just came out for Dixon and Ottawa counties in Kansas. We've got, first of all, tennis ball size hail possible with this, and then also a potential developing tornado. If we do get a tornado, flying debris is going to be dangerous to those caught without shelters. We don't want to be in the daggone mobile home. We do expect damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles. Tree damage is also very, very likely. Tennis ball size hail with this is enough reason to get into the shelter anyways, but even, there's also a chance that we're going to have a legit tornado with this. So take shelter immediately. The Longford Rural Fire District Station 5, District 1 is in the path there, and the Blue Ridge Elementary School is in the path as well. Rotation is coming together quite quickly here. And once again, we got a traffic camera pointing us right down into the belly of this. Unfortunately, this traffic camera is showing us traffic and not the sky. But, we're making do with what we've got here. But we might see something up there in the top right side of your screen or in the camera view. So keep an eye on that. I'm going to try to keep it up. What's up with all these traffic cameras showing the road? You know what I mean? Don't they know that people use these to look for storms? There's a pretty good chance that this storm is producing a tornado right now or is about to. Like, very good chance. We've got a hook echo, forming here near Verde, Kansas, and then, it's coming together very quickly. It's tightening. Is the severe weather threat over for Oklahoma? There's still a chance that we see some storms down there, but for right now, the vast majority of the threat has kind of shifted up here to Kansas. We're very focused on Kansas. We don't want to get the y'all clear for Oklahoma just yet. You're still under a tornado watch till midnight. So let's stay with or aware at least till then, okay? But it seems like we've mostly dodged the bullet down there.
Hey Ryan, your viewers are locked on that storm near Salina, Kansas, asking about rotation and also checking on Bennington. Kansas City is the other hotspot, with lots of questions about timing tonight. Bless their hearts, some folks are still asking about their very specific town, but hey, at least they're watching.
Y'all both got to chill, man. Kansas City, the storms. So I understand why you're concerned, right? These storms are all kind of ganging up on you to the west. The storms, it'll be a while before they get there. Okay. And also, I think that the tornadic potential is going to decrease a little bit by the time they get there. But we're definitely going to be watching you tonight. I don't know if we'll be live. I certainly don't know if we'll be live tonight whenever the storms get there. It's going to be very early in the morning tomorrow. But with that being said, I would like to give you a little bit more of a detailed overview here of when we could expect that to happen. Let me switch over to the central US view. Yeah, so this is like a guess at what the radar could look like tonight. We're thinking storms will get into the Kansas City area maybe around 5 a.m. in the morning. It could be much sooner than that. There could be 2 rounds, right? With the storms that are popping up right now could actually go through earlier than that, maybe around 1 a.m., midnight to 1 a.m. And then another round is going to come through about 5 a.m. So Yeah, it's gonna be a long night in Kansas City. There's no guarantees that
All right,
storms
put
will
it back
hit
in
directly in
there.
the city, or I don't know if you're gonna end up under a tornado warning or something like that. But just know there is 2 rounds of storms expected. The one's down there, popping up south of Emporia, east of Wichita, will likely be up there around midnight to 1 a.m. And then another round comes in. That one likely with more of a wind threat around 5 a.m. in the morning. This is one of those storms that might try to mosey its way up there towards Kansas City. It's currently got a severe thunderstorm warning for Butler and Greenwood counties in Kansas. This is now cleared the Wichita, Kansas area. It's cleared Rosalia. Now it's moving up towards Hamilton, Kansas. Get ready for 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. Let's check back in on the tornado warning over here near Chase. Look at that. That's actually starting to form a little hook echo as well. Looks like this one's going to try to plop down a tornado here at some point north of Chase, maybe near Frederick, Geneseo, Galt. That's Ellsworth and Rice counties in Kansas. Take shelter immediately. Now we've got a new considerable severe thunderstorm warning for our storm to the north of our tornado warnings, to the south of our Nebraska warnings. This is in North Kansas, Cloud and Republic counties. 70-mile-per-hour winds, 1.25-inch hail, and a little bit of rotation here. I'm surprised they didn't add the tornado possible tag to this. Yeah, get ready in Norway, Cuba, and Belleville for quarter-sized hail and 70-mile-per-hour winds. Let's check back in on our Nebraska storms, which are inching closer and closer to Omaha. This storm over here in Butler and Colfax counties continues to produce 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds as it goes towards Brainerd and Schuyler. Additionally, back here towards St. Paul, the St. Paul, Nebraska, we've got a big-time storm coming in here soon that's going to bring about some potentially golf ball size hail as it comes through town. Ravenna, you just got it. Cairo, Howard City, you're next up there in Nebraska. The second round of storms looks like it's going to go to the north of Grand Island. I know you guys just got hit earlier by some hail and some wind, but these look like they're going to try to go to the north. But the threat's not over for you tonight. Keep weather aware for quite some time. Go ahead, Riley.
Hey Ryan, I have an update from the scanners from our northern tornado warnings. There's 2 separate reports of a funnel and a lowering on that storm, so something to keep an eye on over the next few minutes.
Thank you so much, Riley. We've got reports coming in on this storm right here coming up towards Manchester and Buckeye. That's the Dickinson and Ottawa County, Kansas tornado warning. This is our one that's closest to producing a tornado right now, if it's not already. So take shelter immediately if you're out there. We just got a new severe thunderstorm warning in Nebraska for St. Paul. 1.5-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. Palmer, Cushing, Timber Creek, you guys are all included in this. Take shelter. Get away from windows. Get indoors. Weather spotters reported a funnel cloud at 9:10 Central. Train spotters reported a funnel cloud 3 miles north of Niles.
Hey Ryan, everyone and their cousin wants to know if their specific backyard in Kansas or Nebraska is getting a tornado tonight. Bless their hearts.
Come
The
on now.
big focus is definitely that spicy storm near Salina, Kansas. Folks are chanting CC drop, wanting to see that debris signature.
Are you kidding me? Is that actually happening in the chat right now? We can't have that. We can't be rooting on the storm now. Come on. And for those of you who are, asking about very specific locations, I hope I'm doing a good job of calling out where the storm is right now. I try to get as specific as possible. Just know the best way to do it, if you are actually, if you're concerned, the best way to do it is, who cares what Walmart it's closest to, right? Who cares which street the rotation's going over right now? If you're in a county that I name off, just get shelter. And that way, that way you never, you don't have to worry about it. So if you're anywhere in Ottawa or Dickinson County in Kansas, take shelter immediately. Now, let's go back up to Nebraska, where they've extended that warning up here into, from the Kansas storm up into Nebraska. This is now in effect for Chester, Hubble, that's Thayer County, Nebraska. You're under a severe thunderstorm warning. Get sheltered, get indoors. Fairbury and Endicott, Nebraska, you guys are probably next. You're going to get under a severe thunderstorm warning here soon. Rotation on our storm over here in Ellsworth and Rice County, Kansas continues to increase. We are concerned about our friends in Frederick and Geneseo. Take shelter, you're under a tornado warning. And then our most concerning storm overall right now is certainly this big giant thing over here coming up towards Manhattan, Kansas. This is Dickinson and Ottawa County. We got tennis ball size hail and a potential tornado trying to come together right now near Manchester and Talmadge. Take shelter immediately.
Ryan, Brendan Gombozi just sent in 1999. Brendan's watching from Lansing, Michigan, where it's actually snowing right now, but they're looking at a chance of tornadoes tomorrow. What a crazy setup. Brendan adds, your team is doing great. You've likely saved hundreds, if not thousands of lives. Thanks for the support, Brendan.
Yeah, thank you so much, Brendan. I appreciate y'all. I'm honestly afraid to like play some of the chats, like get it to do the chat summaries because it's being kind of mean. Speaking of being mean, there we go. We did it. We got a y'all watch for my face. Thank you, Rodeo. Jeez, man. You guys are nuts. Y'all watch nuts. You guys are nuts. What's going on tonight? All right, fine. We'll do it.
Hey, Ryan, the chat is laser focused on those Kansas storms, especially near Ellsworth County, asking about rotation and wanting to see that CC drop. Bless their hearts. Lots of eyes are also on Oklahoma and Omaha tonight. Plus, people are already asking about what trouble tomorrow brings for the Midwest, and specifically Michigan.
Okay, we'll talk about tomorrow here again soon. Here's another look at that Ellsworth storm. Not seeing, anything that I would call a CC drop just yet, but we definitely are seeing significant rotation here between Chase and Pollard, probably producing a tornado. If it's not, it's about to. So get ready. We've got lots of 3 Cape up here, which is convective available potential energy within the first 3 kilometers of the atmosphere. Very unstable lower part of the atmosphere, and also lots of twist, lots of spin up here as that low level jet increases. That's why we're having tornado warnings tonight in Kansas. So Geneseo and Galt, get ready. This thing is, it's probably producing a tornado. No traffic cameras. All the traffic cameras are up there closer to Salina here. No storm chasers either. All the storm chasers went to the wrong spot. No, I actually feel terrible. Like these guys drive 1,000 miles. Like some of these people are from daggone, Kentucky, and they drive all the way to Oklahoma to try to see something amazing and to try to help us alert people. And then sometimes it just doesn't work out. And we're glad that there's no big tornadoes in Oklahoma tonight, but we're also it's kind of unfortunate that all that effort was put into to get down there. Severe thunderstorm warning now for Allen and Neosho counties in Kansas. This is affecting Chanute and Earlton right now. Up next, we got Ellsmore, Savonburg, and Stark. And for those of you who are asking about tomorrow, here's the latest from the Storm Prediction Center. We got a moderate risk in Kentucky, Missouri, Arkansas, Tennessee, Mississippi, Southern Indiana, and Illinois. We have a very good shot of seeing some big-time tornadoes tomorrow, more so than tonight. And it looks like we're going to have a dangerous severe weather situation unfolding even for our friends in Southern Michigan, even around Chicago and Toledo and Columbus, Ohio, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, all the way back into Little Rock, Nashville, Dallas, and these places. With the biggest focus is going to be from Memphis to about Paducah. But just know that we're going to be watching all of these in the yellow and dark orange areas as well. The red is where we think the most significant severe weather will be, specifically with the tornadoes. And then we're also watching a very robust flooding threat. We're going to have a crazy flood over the next couple of days, honestly, over the next week down here in the Mississippi Valley. I am concerned about a potentially very memorable flooding event going on here, as we're going to have potentially over 15 inches of rain in a short period of time. And in some cases, there's going to be 5 inches of rain that falls in less than a day. And then, the next day you might get 3 inches, and the next day you might get 5 inches again. And that's going to lead to several rounds of creek and river or creek and stream flash flooding. And then it's all going to culminate into likely a major river flood event as well. So you keep this in mind. I really do think that this is going to be our biggest problem. Even though we got a chance of seeing tornadoes, even though we got a chance of seeing big hail and stuff over the next couple of days, the flooding will be the thing that ends up being the most life-threatening part of this storm. So I want to make sure we're talking about it. New severe thunderstorm warning in Nebraska. Hey, Fairbury, Endicott, Diller, this is you. We were talking about you a moment ago. Now you're officially under a severe thunderstorm warning for 1.25 inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. Sorry.
Ryan, Get Your House in Order just sent in a $20 super chat. They said they got their y'all shirts in today down in Tupelo, Mississippi.
Nice.
Hey Ryan, the chat is definitely zeroed in on Kansas and Nebraska right now, with a ton of viewers asking about Manhattan, Kansas, especially the K-State area. Plus lots of eyes on Kansas City and Omaha. Folks are also eager to see if you spot a sea stop, and still asking about their specific town like you've got radar pointed at their individual backyards.
All right. Thank you. Y'all what? Manhattan, Kansas. So it sounds like we got a lot of people asking about Manhattan, Kansas. Yeah, this storm's coming towards you. All right. I don't know if it's going to continue to be tornadic by the time it gets there, but it is definitely coming towards Manhattan and places like Wakefield, Riley, Milford. So y'all watch out as this is going to continue to at least produce, large hail and damaging winds as it comes towards you. We'll continue to monitor the tornadic portion. Right now, the tornado warning only includes Manchester and places just north of Buckeye in Kansas. Back to our other tornado warning, which this one, the tornado, threat with this one looks a little bit more robust in the near term for Geneseo and Pollard. Hopefully everybody's sheltered over there. This is Ellsworth and Rice counties in Kansas. Take shelter immediately if you haven't already. This is a dangerous storm, and it looks like it's hurt near ready to produce a tornado. So this storm right here has a lot more of that three cape that I was talking about earlier, the low level instability. If you were to ask me, and I would say Andy would probably agree that this storm down here probably has a better chance of, getting stronger, especially in the tornado sense as it moves off to the north and east. The one that's approaching Manhattan is still concerning though. So we don't want to let our guards down. New severe thunderstorm warning in Kansas. This is going to be for 1 inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds for Republic and Washington counties. Get ready in Mahaska and Haddam up here in Kansas for some tree damage, some hail damage. Four minutes left on our tornado warning. Let's see if they reissue it here. Lucy says, hey, it's Lucy Pancakes from Twitch. Let's let y'all read that one.
Ryan, Lucy, and Dan sent a $10 super chat. Hi, it's Lucy Pancakes from Twitch. We raised almost $1,000 for Helene Relief last November. Do you think we could get a shout out? We are looking to host another LEGO charity event for Y'all Squad soon. That's awesome work, Lucy and Dan.
Yeah, Lucy and Dan, Lucy Pancakes from Twitch, a huge shout out to you. Thanks for all the help. That $1,000 is a huge help, obviously. And it's been put to good use out there in North Carolina. Should have a video very soon, by the way. We've been, the reason we don't have a video out on that relief mission yet is because like we're still doing it, right? We're still in the middle of it. We as recently as a month ago,
A new
we're there.
tornado warning has been issued.
So we're just waiting to put everything together for you. But stay tuned to the Y'all Squad YouTube channel for updates on that. And thank you for the support. Here is our new tornado warning. So they did reissue it. They did extend it. It doesn't quite make it to Manhattan, Kansas, but it does make it to Wakefield, Milford State Park. This is going to be over the Republican River and Milford Lake, Upland, Steufen, and Buckeye. Take shelter now. You're under a tornado warning in Clay, Dickinson, and Geary counties in Kansas. This is a dangerous storm. With many different places in the path, including the Pleasant View School and the Milford State Park campground. So there's a lot of campgrounds, RV parks, and stuff around the lake. Hopefully everybody out there is able to get to a more sturdy shelter. You don't want to be in an RV in the middle of a tornado warning, okay? As for the fire department, it seems like the rotation has weakened a little bit. But like we still think that this is capable of trying to produce a tornado here as it comes up into Geary counties, Geary and Dickinson County. All right. Sorry, just reading over some info here. Lots of storm reports coming in, mostly just small hail and stuff. We got a 0.5 inch hail report from Orange County, Florida, actually. So yeah, that's pretty much what we're looking at right now. Lots of 60-mile-per-hour wind gust reports coming out of Kansas. Our biggest wind report is still from that earlier storm up there near Grand Island, where we had potentially a 73-mile-per-hour confirmed gust up there. We are watching the Talmadge area and the Manchester, Kansas area for some broad rotation here. That's why we've got that tornado warning. We also continue to watch our tornado warning down here for Ellsworth and Rice counties in Kansas. The rotation's increasing here, and so is Andy's confidence here. So we've now got a medium tornado y'all watch out here from Andy, highlighting Ellsworth, Saline, McPherson, and Rice counties in Kansas, specifically the Langley, Geneseo, and Fallen areas. This is likely where our next tornado warning will be issued, right in this corridor. So y'all watch out and get ready, as the rotation is definitely more robust here than it is with our other storm. But we don't want to forget about our other storm. We're still keeping an eye on this one for you. Biggest threat right now, though, for Wakefield, I think is going to be the
tornado warning has been issued.
the lemon-sized hail that's coming in. And there we go. We got a new tornado warning for the storm that Andy's highlighted here with his Y'all Watch. 1.75-inch hail. It's golf ball size hail and radar indicated rotation coming right up into Ellsworth, McPherson, Rice, and Saline counties. Y'all get to shelter now. Get indoors, get away from windows, get into that most interior room with as many walls between you and the outside world as possible. The Saline County Rural Fire Department is at here. Turkey Creek School, Langley School, and Buckeye School are all in the path. So if you know where those are, you know about where that tornado is heading to right now. This is probably the most robust looking rotation signature that we've seen. And it's this is either producing a tornado right now or it's about to. Saline, so this one's Saline. So Salina is Salina, but Saline County is Saline County, right? Am I getting it? Y'all Watch wins again. Yeah, the Y'all Watch is an amazing thing, man. Like we've seen them. We've seen it. You know, the proof is in the daggone pudding, son. Okay. All right. Thank you for the clarification on lines and lean, and with our salines and salines. I appreciate it. Go ahead, Andy.
Thanks, Ryan. Yeah, part of the reason why I've issued that Y'all Watch way out in front is also to look at that storm from the Topeka radar, which gives us a really good idea of how strong this storm is further aloft, actually over 2 miles above the surface at 11,000 feet, right over the town of Geneseo or Geneseo. Yeah, your guess is as good as mine on that one. And I haven't seen chat corrected on that one yet, so I'm pretty surprised, but it looks like Geneseo or Geneseo to me. That one I think is going to continue into good environmental conditions. The best we have basically in this area. It's actually competing with quite the surface cap, where literally the surface is cooled off and it looks like there's a bunch of convective inhibition in the area. But this sort of storm has a warning on it because it's in the best cape, which is counterintuitive with the cap there. But these two things can work in tandem and kind of balance each other here to where we can still get a tornado with this storm despite it battling with some more stable surface conditions. Storms can drill right through those stable surface conditions if you have just the right downdraft to do it. So that one I think is going to continue to promote a tornado threat, at least one that warrants a warning for the areas, which means it will probably go into the Salina, the city of Salina proper as the storm approaches you guys. Now, down to the south and east here, the reason why I haven't highlighted anything about these severe thunderstorm warnings in southeast Kansas is because these guys are in about 1/10 or less than that of the amount of convective available potential energy that our tornado warned storms are in further to the north and west. There's just this little tongue of cape that goes straight up through central Kansas, and these ones out to the south and east have far outpaced that cape to the point where they're really not going to pose a robust threat like we're seeing from our tornado warned storms. So for anyone wondering about those down there, closer to areas like Eureka, Kansas, and Burlington, those ones I think are not going to do much of anything with the current environment they're in.
All right. Thank you so much, meteorologist Andy Hill, giving us a breakdown on what's going on out there. Newest tornado warning is for Ellsworth, McPherson, Rice counties, and just past Geneseo. That's what I'm going to keep saying here. As it goes up towards Langley and Venango. So take shelter if you're up there. And additionally, I want to make sure that we continue to respect all of our other storms. Like we've got a lot going on in Kansas right now, but I know we got a ton of people watching in Omaha. So the storm that produced severe thunderstorm warning over here west of Omaha looks like it might be weakening a little bit. We will probably get another severe thunderstorm warning for North Bend and Fremont here soon. But this might not make it all the way into the Omaha area. But that doesn't mean that there will be no storms in Omaha tonight. These storms farther to the west will continue to cause problems throughout the night and slowly move to the south and east. But these over here in Howard, Merrick, and Nancy counties in Nebraska, they're continuing to drop 1.5-inch hail. St. Paul, Palmer, get ready. It's going to be another hour or so before these are out of your hair, maybe even longer than that. Additionally, Oklahoma, lots of people are asking, what the heck, what's going on in Oklahoma? And it's not a lot. There's not a lot going on in Oklahoma right now. However, there are some storms, trying to pop up maybe in extreme western portions of Oklahoma later. And eventually there are going to be new storms that form up in southwestern Oklahoma as well. This will probably be early in the morning tomorrow near Frederick. So over here near Frederick, maybe around 3, 4 a.m., new cells will pop up, and those will move up towards Lawton and eventually go up towards Oklahoma City. I do want you guys to know that your severe weather threat is not completely over, although the first part of it, the part that was supposed to produce tornadoes tonight, I do think we can confidently say that that's pretty much over at this point. But severe weather is still expected tonight into the early morning hours tomorrow. We continue to have that considerable severe thunderstorm warning over here for Clay-Dixon and Ottawa counties. In Kansas, lemon-sized hail, 70-mile-per-hour winds. Get ready for that in Wakefield. If it hasn't hit yet, it's coming in. And then Manhattan, Kansas, this is all coming up towards you. We'll see, hopefully this skirts off to your north and west, but it's likely going to try to come right into town here at some point. So we've got an eye on Manhattan. We'll keep you updated on what's going on down there. Rotation continues to look quite robust over here near the Canopolis Recreation Area in Ellsworth County. So we're going to keep a continued eye on this area for y'all. New severe thunderstorm warning in Kansas. That's Bourbon County in Kansas. This goes all the way out to Fort Scott. So that storm back there near Chanute is going to move up towards Bourbon County, Fort Scott, Uniontown, Marmaton. Get ready for 1.25-inch hail and 50-mile-per-hour winds.
Hey, Ryan, your viewers are glued to the Kansas action, especially near Junction City and Salina, sparking almost as much debate on pronunciations as on the storm itself. Lots of eyes are also on Nebraska, Iowa, and the Kansas City metro tonight, while others seem to think you've got a radar pointed specifically at their back porch. Bless their hearts.
Kansas City Metro, I know we got a lot of people watching in Kansas City. Just know that we are continuing to watch you, but remember what Andy just said about these storms down here in southeastern Kansas. A lot of there's less convective available potential energy. There's less juice out here for these storms. So, we're expecting that you're going to get hit by storms tonight. And you got two chances. One, probably in about 2 or 3 hours as these storms approach from the south, but they're not cooking with as much gas as the storms that'll come through later, probably around 4 or 5 a.m. from the west. So you've got two chances of seeing storms tonight. We're not too terribly concerned about either of them. However, you definitely need to have a way of getting warnings tonight. If you can turn your phone on, get those automated alerts. If you got a buddy that works the night shift that watches the radar, tell them to call you, wake you up if something's going on. But for the most part, I think Kansas City's going to be all right. But there will be a loud storm that at least moves through around 4 or 5 a.m. We've got to keep an eye on even if these storms down here don't make it up there. New severe thunderstorm warning for Nebraska. Right on top of Andy's Y'all Watch that he just put out here. High confidence in severe weather for Dodge County, Colfax, and Saunders County. So now we've got that severe thunderstorm warning that includes Fremont. We just talked about y'all in Hooper, North Bend, and Prague. You guys say Prague or Prague? 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds over the next hour or so. So this is getting awfully daggone close to Omaha. Daggone it, does Nebraska have traffic cameras? Do I need to work on those? We don't have anything for Nebraska, but I don't know if that's because they don't have cams or what. Once these storms get closer to Omaha, we've got a ton of cameras in Iowa to pull from, but right now we don't have any eyes on this specific storm here moving into Fremont. But yeah, get ready in Omaha, especially on the northwestern side. That's going to be a strong storm coming through here soon. we've got 18 minutes left on our tornado warning just to the west of Manhattan, Kansas. Law enforcement reported a funnel cloud at 9:30 p.m. Law enforcement reported a funnel cloud 8 miles northeast of Talmadge. This is probably still producing a funnel cloud. It's certainly trying to if it's not. Wakefield, Milford, you guys are directly in the path. I really do think the main threat with this right now is going to be that golf ball size hail as it moves up towards Bala and Riley. But we do have to watch this dangly bit right here, this part of the storm that's hanging down. It is going to be trying to go up towards the areas just to the west and to the north of Manhattan. If it tries to spin at all, that's where it's going to do it. Big time rotation signature still evident on our Ellsworth and McPherson storm. Marquette fallen. Hopefully you guys are in your safe spots. You are under a tornado warning. We just got a new severe thunderstorm warning for St. Paul. That's Buffalo, Hall, Howard, and Sherman counties in Nebraska. St. Paul, you got a big storm coming in right now, bringing about 60-mile-an-hour winds and 1-inch hail. It's going to calm down for a little bit after that stops, and then boom, you got another one coming. That's that second severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued. This storm's going to come up towards St. Paul as well. New considerable severe thunderstorm warning issued for areas just to the north and west of Manhattan. This is coming up here towards Leonardville, Bala, Riley, Randolph, and Oldsburg. Get ready for golf ball size hail and 70-mile-per-hour winds. That's Clay, Greary, Pottawatomie, and Riley counties in Kansas. Speaking of Riley, go ahead, Riley.
Hey Ryan, it sounds like we have a report of a funnel on our southern storm near Canopolis Lake State Park. That was via the scanners.
Okay, thank you so much, Riley. Listening to the scanners out there. Canopolis Lake State Park. We've got a report of a funnel cloud here. That's right here next to Yankee Run in Venango. So that lines up. That checks. Right in here, we could have a tornado trying to come together as it gets ready to cross Highway 141 north of Langley. Please take shelter if you're in the Canopolis area. Also, the Smoky Hill weapons range. You guys are in the path here. Brookville, Fallon, Smolin. All these places in Kansas, in Ellsworth, McPherson, Rice, and Saline counties in Kansas. You guys need to take shelter. A little bit of a radar hole situation affecting our views of the Geneseo storm between the Wichita and Topeka sites. So that's, we're having a hard time getting a clear view of what's going on down there at the surface. But from what we can see, this is definitely a robust storm. It's very capable of producing a tornado very shortly. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, some people are talking about the storm up here near Manhattan, and it's tornado potential. I'm going to be honest with you right now. This one looks less tornadic than the one farther to the south and west, which is good news for our friends in Manhattan. But I have to be cautious when I say stuff like that because things can change, and I don't want anybody in Manhattan to let their guard down until this thing's completely by them. All right. No warnings or anything for Manhattan, Kansas right now, but we're keeping an eye on you.
Hey Ryan, your viewers are definitely keeping a close eye on St. Joseph, Missouri, and the timing for Iowa, especially around Des Moines tonight. Beyond that, it seems like half the chat thinks you personally control the storm path and wants to know if their specific street is safe. Maybe gently remind them about the bigger picture,
Y'all got chill, dude. Oh my gosh. we did like train it and like prompt it to be like, hey, like, remind people that we can't, do a specific forecast for every town in America. But we did not tell it to be that mean. Don't know where that's coming from. So it sounds like a lot of people are asking about Iowa now and northwest Missouri. So real quick, let's go over that. These storms are going to make it up there tonight, but they're going to weaken a lot by the time they get there. I think that we'll see storms make it into the Des Moines region around 3 a.m. We'll have some strong winds in the St. Joseph area in northern Missouri around that time as well. Strong storms are going to come into Kansas City and northwest Missouri again around 5 a.m. The biggest concern tomorrow, though, in Missouri is definitely going to be maybe around St. Louis around 4 p.m. tomorrow, and then especially in the Boot Hill region or between 6 and midnight. But yeah, I think Iowa, you guys are mostly fine. You're going to have some heavy rain, some hail, and some wind tonight. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Storms start about 2 or 3 a.m. They'll be mostly done, at least for a brief moment, by 7 a.m. Oh my goodness. The Lawrence Police official Twitter says, get your dogs and your drunk uncles to go to the bathroom now so they aren't asking to go potty as the storm chasers are rolling down your street. This looks like the real deal. And Ryan Hollyall says it's going to get nasty. And his weather predictions are as good as gospel. Lawrence Police, big shout out. I'm retweeting that one. Did I retweet it or not? Okay, there we go. Shout out to the Lawrence Police. Yeah, so we're watching. We're watching, and we're keeping an eye on all these storms. Thankfully, so far nothing has gotten wild. Okay, we've had a lot of nasty storms, and in fact, it's going to continue to be nasty up here in Clay, Geary, Potawatomi, and Riley counties. We're talking about this golf ball size hail, 70-mile-per-hour winds coming into the greater Manhattan area. Maybe at some point, I'm really hoping that the storms will graze off to the north and west of y'all. But at some point, they have to come through, right? And you guys can expect some impacts then. South and west of Salina, this is another area of concern, right? So we had a big storm go through Salina earlier. Now we've got another one coming in. We're probably going to get a new severe thunderstorm warning for Salina at some point. And then maybe even a tornado warning as the rotation is still robust here north of Langley. This is moving up towards Smolin, the Salina Regional Airport. So y'all watch out in Salina. There's a good view from Burlington, Kansas. Big storm coming in from the west. Yeah, we're watching a storm to the north and west of Topeka, Kansas. That's the one that is up there around Manhattan and Wakefield, moving up towards Westmoreland. This one will continue to be a storm that will be on our radar for quite some time, potentially as it makes it all the way up there towards Wetmore and Onaga. No storms in Topeka right now, though. Lots of radar holes up here. In Kansas, of all places. Yeah, I know it. It's unfortunate. Will the Kansas storms track into central Iowa and stay severe overnight? There is a chance that they will stay severe. There's also a very good chance that they will weaken significantly as they get closer to Des Moines, for example. Southwest Iowa, better chance of seeing severe weather than Des Moines. Way better chance in Southwest Iowa than, per se, Cedar Rapids. But there's going to be heavy rain and hail tonight into the early morning hours tomorrow in Iowa for sure. New severe thunderstorm warning to the north and east of Salina, Clay, Dixon, and Ottawa counties. You guys are under a new severe thunderstorm warning for 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds over the next 60 minutes or so. Actually, 38 minutes. So get indoors and away from windows. You shouldn't have came out. You've been under some sort of warning over here for a while now. Yeah. Get to shelter now. Yep, the main event does look like it's going to be tomorrow. I know we got a lot of people who are concerned about tomorrow. If you're just now tuning in, we do plan on being live here tomorrow for a significant period of time. We'll probably start around 3 p.m. Eastern, and we'll probably go until 3 a.m. So make sure you're subscribed with notifications on. Tomorrow looks like the main event. Once again, especially down there in southern Indiana, southern Illinois, Western Kentucky, Western Tennessee, the Boot Hill region of Missouri, Northwest Mississippi, and Eastern and Northeastern Arkansas. We expect long track tornadoes if conditions continue to be as favorable as they seem to, like they're going to be on the high resolution models. We suggest we're thinking there's going to be some strong tornadoes, and we're almost certain that we're going to have widespread wind. So that's going to be a big problem for millions of people tomorrow. And as we all know, just from our system the other day, we did a live stream the other day for 12 hours, and there was hardly any tornadoes. But, we've had, I think we're up to now 5 fatalities, and there are people who are still without power right now, almost 4 days later, because of the severe damage that happened as a result of that storm. So we don't need to balk at wind threats here. Tornado threats, that's bad. We're concerned about that, but millions of people are going to be impacted once again by straight line damaging winds. We want to express and encourage caution about that as well. And on top of the wind and tornado and hail threat, we've got a very substantial flooding threat. A potentially memorable major flooding event is going to happen over here in the Ohio and Mississippi River valleys. Flash flooding is expected, as some places will get 5 inches of rain in a very short period of time. And then over the course of 5 or 6 days, we're expecting over 15 inches of rain in some areas. This will lead to several days of flash flooding, and then also several days of river flooding. So be hyper weather aware over the next 5 or 6 days if you are in a flood prone area in the highlighted zones here. The storm in Geneseo, Kansas, the one that just came by there, it looks like it's struggling a little bit more now as far as the rotation goes, which is good news for the residents of Salina. But we, once again, as always, we don't want to get too comfortable here. We want to stay hyper weather aware. And Salina, I would say that you're going to be under at least a severe thunderstorm warning here soon, if not a tornado warning. So y'all watch out and get ready for that. Got 3 minutes left on our tornado warning for Wakefield and Milford. We'll see if they reissue it. If they do, there might be a tornado warning here soon for Fort Riley. What's up with all these like there's so many Riley places over here in Kansas and Nebraska. Fort Riley up there towards Riley, the town of Riley, and Keats. So yeah, y'all watch out. I would say that, you know, I don't know if they're going to issue a warning or not, but if they do, that's about where it would be.
Ryan, Adam Dillion sent in $19.99, saying, "My wife and I are watching from Southeast Ohio, holding our breath every time Y'allbot speaks, then laughing as her attitude seems sassier than normal. Thanks for all you do, Ryan."
Hey, no problem. We're keeping an eye on Southeast Ohio tomorrow. Thankfully, looks like things are going to be a little bit, you know, less intense there than maybe in Southwest Ohio. But still, we're going to be keeping an eye on you. I think you guys also got a lot to watch out for on the flooding threat. So don't be scared, be prepared, and thank you for the support. The last AMX has sent this in on X. He says, this is the Konza Prairie Overlook looking west towards Fort Riley. Wow. Crazy lightning on that storm. Thank you for sending that in. New severe thunderstorm warnings to go check out. We got one up here in Nebraska, 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds over the next hour expected in Fullerton, Palmer, and Genoa in Howard, Merrick, and Nance counties in Nebraska. Additionally, in Kansas, we got a new severe thunderstorm warning for Fort Scott up towards Mapleton and Marmaton. Get indoors and away from windows. We expect damage to vehicles as a result of the hail down here, so nothing to play around with. 31 minutes left on the tornado warning southwest of Salina, yeah. I don't know why I keep getting mixed up on that. The good news is that the rotation just continues to look less and less impressive. So if that continues, we might not see a tornado warning for Salina.
New information. This tornado warning has been upgraded.
Okay. Okay, all right, so that changes things a little bit. Radar presentation looks less impressive, but apparently weather spotters have confirmed a tornado down here in Saline County, Kansas, Ellsworth County, Kansas. Do we have any photos or anything of this, the weather spotters? There's now a PDS tornado warning for Ellsworth and Saline County in Kansas. So you know what? Never mind. Sometimes the radar presentation can be deceiving, I reckon. Smoky Hill Weapons Range, Smolin, Bavaria, take shelter immediately. Go ahead, Riley.
Hey Ryan, Jared and I are going to work to try and figure out if we can see where this report came from. As of now, there's nothing on the scanners. Either way, still be taking this warning seriously, be underground. I'll post an updated stream text if we can figure out what happened, but right now we also have no clue back here.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Yeah. So that, I guess that maybe increases the chance of a tornado warning being issued downstream for Salina. So, yeah, we're flying by our weather spotters confirmed tornado here, 1.25-inch hail. Yeah, PDS tornado warning now for Ellsworth and Saline counties in Kansas. Take shelter immediately. Part of the warning text, tornadoes are extremely difficult to see and confirm at night. Do not wait to see or hear the tornado. Take cover now. The Wakefield storm. By the way, tornado warning has been allowed to expire on the storm northwest of Manhattan, but I would say that it's actually looking a little bit better on the latest scans. This thing is going to try to maybe ingest some more warm air here and try to rotate again just to the north and west of Manhattan. So don't let your guard down, especially in the town of Riley, which right now you're getting golf ball size hail, 70-mile-per-hour winds. You want to stay in that safe spot. But eventually up there towards Tuttle Lake and Tuttle Creek, Oldsburg, you guys are all in the path of this very dangerous storm. Get indoors, away from windows. It ain't. No, says bless y'all's hearts for saving lives. Thank you. Bless Y'allbot's heart there, man. Like he's Y'allbot's really sassy tonight. All right, so here's that report. Just, all we've got here is train spotter, 8 miles southwest of Brookville, Ellsworth, reported a tornado. 2 minutes later, we have a PDS tornado warning issued from the National Weather Service. So hopefully everybody's in their safe spots. Go ahead, Riley.
I'm gonna try and keep a straight face when I say this, but we did find a video of someone directly in the location of that tornado report, and they said that they see rotation, but it's on the wrong side of the storm. So I think we can almost confidently say that this is not a tornado, but either way, take it seriously, but we're probably good.
All right. Hey, thank you, Riley. We're really used to like getting into the nitty gritty and inspecting these, warnings with a fine tooth comb. You know what I mean? But if you're just a concerned citizen out there in Ellsworth or Saline County in Kansas, take shelter anyways. Whether we think there's a tornado down or not, respect the polygon. And let's say that there's not a tornado. This is a great opportunity to do a practice drill, right? Get your family together, get into that safe spot, do exactly what you would do if there was a large damaging tornado heading towards your house. You got nothing to lose. Hey, this storm is a nasty storm. It could actually produce a tornado at some point. So you might as well do that. You might as well get a shelter there in Salemsburg and Smolin in Kansas. So we got one tornado warning in effect right now. We're not super impressed by what we're seeing on velocities, but we've got weather spotters down there that are saying they're seeing stuff, so we're encouraging everybody to take shelter. So if you're just now tuning in, that's what's going on.
Ryan Hot Dog Chrysalis sent a $69.42 super chat. Bless y'all's hearts for saving lives. Ryan Mike McInnes sent in a $49.99 super chat, just saying thank you, Ryan.
All right, thank you all for the support. If you're just now tuning in, we are keeping an eye on our tornado warnings. We're also keeping an eye on our severe thunderstorm warnings. We've got a nasty storm to the north and west of Manhattan, Kansas, that is continuing to provide an incredible light show here. Lots of lightning and some strong winds and some large hail getting ready to move up into Oldsburg. Looks like the bulk of the storm's going to miss Manhattan to the north and west, but all this stuff down here closer to Salina is going to move up towards Manhattan later, so you guys ain't out of the woods just yet. Let's go back up here to Omaha. Just to the north and west of Omaha, we got a severe thunderstorm warning that's going to expire here soon. It really does look like the vast majority of that storm is going to miss Omaha, so I think you guys are good, at least for the next several hours. More storms will be coming in the early morning hours, though, so don't let your guard down tonight. And then we got another couple of severe storms back here between Fullerton and St. Paul, dropping 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. We just got a new severe thunderstorm warning south and west of Kansas City. This is near Burlington. This is actually this camera right here. This is our live view of the storm right now, which is going to be moving up into Waverly, Kansas. New Strong, Williamsburg, Homewood, Princeton, and Richton here soon. We're going to expect 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds as it goes into Anderson, Coffee, Franklin, and Osage counties in Kansas. And then guess what? Iowa, we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning for you. This is going to be for Harrison, Burt, Dodge, and Washington counties in, Harrison County, Iowa. The rest of those are in Nebraska. Hold on, I got to refresh something over here. Give me just a second.
Hey Ryan, the chat is definitely locked onto that PBS warned storm near Salina, Kansas, sharing reports about the confirmed tornado and keeping eyes on nearby spots like Manhattan and Riley County too. Lots of folks are also looking ahead, asking about tomorrow's severe weather marching east towards the Ohio Valley, and naturally, wondering if their specific town needs a personal forecast right this second. Keep up the great work. They're reminding everyone to respect the polygon.
Absolutely. And the great, in the words of the great James Spann, respect that polygon. Regardless of what's going on out there.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
We got a new tornado warning for Saline County. This does include downtown Salina. Not a PDS warning. This is radar indicated rotation moving up into Salina now. This is going to go into Samolin, the Salina airport, then Salina, then New Cambria. Take shelter now if you are in Saline County, Kansas. So once again, we no longer have a confirmed tornado. We no longer have any reports of a tornado here, but we do have a strong storm capable of producing a tornado coming up towards Salina. Salina KOA Holiday Campgrounds in the path. Battlefield, Benfield Schools in the path. Heartland Early Education is in the path, and Parsons School. Take shelter immediately if you're near there. New severe thunderstorm warning south and east of Lincoln. This is for Tecumseh towards Nebraska City. This also includes Cook and Talmadge in Nebraska. This is a radar indicated 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds coming up towards Atoll, Nemaha, Gage, and Johnson counties in Nebraska. Get indoors and away from windows.
I'm laying in bed. Because I can't. Well, I might want to end the stream because
Ryan and Darius Victus sent
tomorrow afternoon I'm gonna be streaming until midnight. So that's gonna be fun. Tracking that severe weather tomorrow. But I also don't want to end the stream with the weather intensity score over 100. Y'all, I need a moment to make a decision of if I want to end the stream or not. Because the weather intensity score is about 140. And also, I don't want to leave the people that might need alerts hanging. So, honestly, I have no idea. $141.04. I'll be right back, y'all.
Do what only you can do. With one word, the mountains move. When you breathe, the dead arise, and the bones come back to life. There is power in this room. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there's life. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there's freedom. Like a river running wild, like a never-ending fire. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, it's your name that tears down walls. Every enemy will fall. So we will stand and we will fight, that every wrong would be made right. There is power in this room. Oh, I believe where the Spirit of the Lord is, there's life. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there's freedom. Like a river running wild, like a never-ending fire. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there's life. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there's freedom. Like a river running wild, like a never-ending fire. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, oh, you're moving through our cities. Your Spirit fills our streets. We're shouting to the nations. Your love has set us free. You're moving through our cities. Your Spirit fills our streets. We're shouting to the nations. Your love has set us free. Oh, you're moving through our cities. Your Spirit fills our streets. We're shouting to the nations. Your love has set us free. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there's life. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. A river running wild, like a never-ending fire. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there's life. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there's freedom. Like a river running wild, like a never-ending fire. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, oh, where the Spirit of the Lord is.
I have decided that I will be ending stream. Today was day 1 of the severe weather coverage. We've been live for 2 hours, 54 minutes, and 40 seconds. So, National Game Peace out. See you, Spider Nation. And always remember, only chill vibes. See you, Spider Nation. And remember, the Weather Twin Storm Team wants you to not be scared. Be prepared for any and all weather situations. Don't be scared, be prepared, people.